Hello, we are going to discuss word problem. The topic is about fraction. This is taken from my Pulse Year workbook for grade 5. We are going to discuss number 1 until number 6, and then in another video, we are going to discuss number 7 to number 12. So the first question is parcel B is 3 times as heavy as parcel A. The total mass of parcel A and parcel B is 5 kilogram. How heavy is parcel A? So we understand that there are two parcel, one A and one B. We know that B is 3 times as heavy. So we know that assuming A is this one, so B will be heavier and it is 3 times of parcel A. Now we also understand that the total mass or all of this is 5 kilogram. Even though we are talking about fraction, but it seems like a normal word problem here. We understand that 5 kilogram is equals to 4 unit. So 4 unit equals to 5 kilogram. So 1 unit will be 5 per 4 kilogram. Or we can simplify it into 1 quarter kilogram. And that's the answer for the first question. Well, how do we do it if we do not go with this method? Is there any other way? Yes. Let's say that we do not want to draw the model. We can just do, because we know that parcel A is only 1 out of the 3 part of parcel B, because parcel B is 3 times, right? So we know that A will be 1/3, or sorry, the one that we know is 5, so it's 1 quarter multiplied by 5, which is 1 quarter kilogram as well. So it's the same. However, we need to be able to visualize it in our head first, which somehow doesn't make sense. If you can go with the unit method, why should you go with the hard method like this one? Okay, let's go to number 2. A tablecloth has a length of 9/10 meter and a breadth of 5/8 meter. What is the area of the tablecloth? Well, to understand this situation, we have to know that the tablecloth mentioned here is a rectangular. Well, most of the time, especially when it says length and breadth, we can easily assume that it is rectangular. So how do you find the area of a rectangular? The area of a rectangular is length multiplied by its breadth. In this situation, we know that the length is 9/10 multiplied by 5/8. Okay, there are 2 steps when you are multiplying fraction. As we have learned, one is canceling each other out, the other is just multiplying numerator with the denominator and multiplying multiplying numerator with the numerator and multiplying all the denominator all together as well. So in this situation, we will try to find if we had a number that we can use to cancel each other out. However, there is none here, because the rules to cancel each other out is numerator and denominator. So it has to be a pair of numerator and denominator. And there is none. So we simply do numerator multiplied by numerator. 9 multiplied by 5, which is 45. 10 multiplied by 8 is 80. And we can simplify them, become 9/16. Anyway, if you notice, since we can simplify it, meaning we actually can cancel each other out, which I do not realize in the first place. I'm so sorry. Let's try it again. 5 and 8. We can cancel 5 and 10 together. We divide them with the same number. We divide by 5, so 5 divided by 5 become 1, 10 divided by 5 become 2. Now the same method, you multiply the numerator, 9 multiplied by 1 become 9, and you multiply the denominator, you get 16. So it's the same result. Okay, so every time you multiply with something, it's easier to cancel each other out in the beginning, so you don't have to simplify it anymore. But let's say that you can't, or you do not realize it, like what we did in the with the first line here, with the first answer. That's okay. because after you have the result, you can still think if you can simplify it or not. Always remember to show your answer in a simplest form or in a mixed number. Let's go to number 3. The Lee family had 2.5 liters of apple juice. They drank 7/8 liter of the apple juice on Monday and 3/4 liter of the apple juice on Tuesday. How much apple juice did the Lee family drink altogether on Monday and Tuesday? How much apple juice was left? So, dealing with this question sometimes confusing for some students just because I can't use that. Just because it's not that easy to perceive this number. So what we are going to do is we will assume the number itself. So instead of 2.5, assume that the number is 8. This is probably 1 and this is probably 2. Okay, so now it's easier to understand. The Lee family had 8 liters of apple juice. Can you imagine that? They drank 1 liter of apple juice on Monday and 2 liters of apple juice on Tuesday. How much apple juice did the Lee family drink altogether on Monday and Tuesday? Oh, it's simple. Monday 1 liter, Tuesday 2 liter. I combine them, 3 liters. Yes, right? And how much apple juice was left? Oh, 8, which is the total minus the 3 that I have found before. So it's 5. It's simple with a whole number, right? That's the trick that we can use. Now, since we know the step of doing it with a whole number, we just do the same thing with the fraction. That way we don't have to draw any model here. They drank 7/8 liter of apple juice on Monday and 3/4 liter of apple juice on Tuesday. You just have to add them. That's for 8. So it's 7/8 plus 3/4. I hope you remember how to do the addition of fraction. You will find a common denominator. The denominator is 8 and 4 here, right? 8 and 4. So the common denominator will be, I know some of you will multiply it, become 32, but I do not want to go that way because it will be difficult and I have to simplify it again at the very end. So I'll just go simple, which is 8 and 8. Please open your book and learn about the common multiple again if you cannot find the common denominator. Common denominator meaning simply mean common multiple of the denominator. So now we check for, the first number, 7/8. We look at the denominator. I have 8 and then I go to 8 multiply by 1. So do the same with the numerator. 7 multiplied by 1 becomes 7. We do the same with the second fraction, which is 4 here. So 4 go to 8 multiply by, or what number will it multiply by? It multiply by 2. So do the same with the numerator. 3 multiplied by 2 becomes 6. Now I had this. I just have to do the normal addition, which is 7 plus 6 become 13/8. Remember that this cannot be your final answer. Final answer has to be in simplest form or in a proper fraction. Sorry, what I mean is can be mixed number as well. And as you can see here, 13/8 is an improper fraction. Okay, so we have to change it. We divide 13 divided by 8, you get 1, 8, and then you have 5 as a remainder. Now, we simply can write this will become the whole number, the remainder will become the numerator, the divisor will become the denominator. Or, as I would like to say, the denominator do not change. That's how you present your answer. Doesn't mean that 13/8 is wrong though, it's just improper. With a mixed number, you can see that the fraction there, which is 5/8, is a proper fraction. That's why it's always better to write in a simplest form or in a mixed number. B. With B, we have established just now how much apple juice was left is from what you have in the beginning, and then you will minus it or take it away by the total that you drink on Monday and Tuesday, right? Which in this situation, 1/5/8. So what we do is we minus it. 2.5 minus 1/5/8. Now 2 minus 1 will become 1. So 2.5 minus 1 is 1.5. But remember, we still have to minus 5/8. Now again, we have to create a common denominator. I will let the 1 stay, which is the whole number. So what is the common denominator that we can get? I will get 8 and 8. So now I ask myself 2 to 8. Multiply by 4. So I do the same with the numerator. 1 multiplied by 4 become 4. 8 multiplied by what to become 8 multiplied by 1. So I do the same thing with the numerator. 5 multiplied by 1 become 5. Now I notice that I do not have enough, right? So what I will do is I will change the 1/4 into an improper fraction. So okay, I will do it here so that you can imagine 1 is 8/8, and then we have 4/8. Anyway, 1 can be any number, but the things that we usually do is we use the denominator, which is 8. That's why we do 8/8, so that we just can add the numerator, which is 12/8. So now I know that 1/4 can be turned into 12/8 minus by 5/8. Now I have 7/8. That is the answer for B. This is the answer for A. Okay, that's how you do number 3. Let's go to number 4. Hanifa bought 10 meter of lace. She used 3.5 meter of it to decorate a curtain, and 1/5 meter less to decorate some cushion cover. How much lace did she use altogether? So what I need to know here is the lace that she used to decorate a curtain and to decorate a cushion cover. Later on, I can just add the total use can be curtain plus cushion cover. Okay. Now I ask myself, how long did she use for the curtain? Oh, I get the number 3.5. Pretty simple. How about the cushion cover? I don't know how much she used for the cushion cover, but I know it's 1/5 meter less than the curtain. 1/5 meter less. So what I have to find here is I will do another counting, and I will try to find the cushion cover first. It will be 3.5. I will take away 1/5. So the same method, 3 minus 1, I have 2.5. I still have to remember to minus 1/5. So I will make a common denominator, which is 10 and 10. 2 go to 10, multiply by 5. So do the same with the numerator, I get 5. 5 to 10, multiply by 2. So the same with the numerator, 1 multiplied by 2 become 2. In this situation, I do not need to do anything with the whole number 2. So number 2 stay. 5 minus 2 become 3/10. This is for the cushion cover. That's what I will put at the top here. 2, 3/10. Now what do I do after this? I will add the whole number. So I had 5, and then I had half plus 3/10. I will make sure that the whole number stay, and then make a common denominator. In this situation, sorry, it will be 10. So 2 multiplied by one number to become 10, it will be multiplied by 5. Do the same with the numerator. 1 multiplied by 5 become 5. And then the second number, 10 multiplied by 1 to 10. So do the same with the numerator, multiplied by 1. 3 multiplied by 1 become 3. Then I have 5, 8, 10. And again, always simplify them. 5 for 10th. 5 for 5th, I mean. So how much lace did she use altogether? 5 for 5th meter. That's how you do number 4. Let's go to number 5. There are 40 boys and girls in the robotic club. Remember that this is the total students. It doesn't mean 40 boys and 40 girls, okay? 40 is a combination of both boys and girls. Then, 3/8 of the club members are girls. How many more boys than girls are there in the club? To do this, it's a little bit trickier because it's not the same with the one that we did previously. The fraction here is not as in the ribbon that we talk about, in the lace that we talked about just now. This is not the length, but this is a portion. 3/4 is a portion. 3/4 of the club. Sorry, not 3/4, 3/8, I mean. 3/8 of the club, meaning it's like the 3/8 portion of the club. So I know I will say that the club is a one whole club. Okay, this is the club itself, one whole. Then we go with the 3/8, meaning I have to cut the club into 8 equal parts. One, two, three, four, five, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, now I have 8 equal parts. And I know that 3 of them, which I will color with red here, is girl. And then remember that the information is not finished. We still have to put the information of 40 boys and girls. But we know that it is all of them, 40. So how many more boys than girls are there in the club? Well, first thing first, we know that 8 unit is equals to 40 people. So 1 unit will be equal to 5. Now we just have to find how many boys are there and how many girls are there. 3/8, the yellow, the red that I color, it is the girls. So we know that it's 3 multiplied by 5 because 1 unit is 5, right? So there are 15. And then boys, the rest, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So for boys, there are 5 units. Each unit is 5. So you get 25. We can check 25 plus 15 is 40 people. So yes, that's true. There are 40 people in the robotic club. But the question is, how many more boys than girls? Meaning the difference. So to find the difference, you just have to minus the big number with the small number. That's why you get 10 boys. So there are 10 boys in the there are 10 more boys than girls in the club. Oh, anyway, I do not put the final statement to save time. So please, if you do word problem, always put the final statement at the very end of your answer. Okay, last number for this video. The mass of a pail is 2,490 grams when it is filled with sand. Sorry, when it is a quarter filled with sand. It has a mass of 9,240 grams when it is fully filled with sand. Find the mass of the pail when it is empty. Be very careful with this, okay? Be very careful with this. The mass of a pail is 2,490 grams when it is filled, when it is a quarter filled with sand. So assuming that this is the pail capacity, okay, and then a quarter of them is filled with sand. A quarter of them is filled with sand. Now, it's pretty common when people think, okay, so this is the 2,490, but it's wrong. This is not the 2,490 at all, because remember that we had the pail. The weight of the pail is counted here. How do you know? Look at the equation. Find the mass of the pail when it is empty. It's very important to read the equation before you start doing everything, okay? So now, knowing that, we understand that this 2,490 is not just the Sand, the one that I color in yellow, yes, it is only the sand, okay? 1/4 of sand. But remember that we have this as well. I will put it small to indicate that this small is actually the pail itself, which I will color in green. Now we know that both of them is 2,490. Now how about 9,240? 9,240 is almost the same with the top one, but remember, this will be the difference. So there is a pail there, remember? And then from the rest, which is the capacity, we know that it is 4/4 because it's fully filled, meaning it's all, right? So it's 4/4. I will color it in yellow. Okay. Now this is the 9,240 gram. Now the question is, what can we find from here? We can find the 3 unit. Okay, remember that from this to the first sand is 2,490. So I can find this 3 unit. 3 unit equals to 9,240 minus 2,490. And then when we take it away, you get 6,750, if I'm not mistaken. 891, yes, 940. So 3 unit is equals to 6,750 gram. Now we can find 1 unit will be 6,750 divided by 3. To save time, I will divide it myself. 2,250. So we know that 2,250 gram is 1 unit, or one unit of the sand. Now we want to find the mass of the pail when it is empty, right? So pail will be, remember in the first picture here, or the first bar here, we had 2,490, and then you minus with 2,250. So the answer is 240 gram. Therefore, the mass of the pail when it is empty is 240 gram. That's it. Thank you very much. I hope it helps you to understand this a little bit better. See you in the next one.